And now we are members of the AFL-CIO, and Rich Trumka helped facilitate our entrance into the AFL-CIO. And it's going to be a very powerful alliance for us, because men and working women united across the United States, there's nothing conceivably more powerful. So if you give a warm welcome to Rich Trumka, the Secretary-Treasurer of the AFL-CIO.
Well, first of all, Roseanne, let me start off by welcoming the CNA and NNOC to the House of Labor and the AFL-CIO. I can tell you, we look forward to working with you on a lot of campaigns. We look forward to working with you to change the face of not only healthcare, but America because of your energy. God bless you, and thanks for joining us. I also want to thank Roseanne personally for her leadership and all of her officers for everything you do. Some of the campaigns that you've put on, I think, are exemplary, and I think they are an inspiration for the entire labor movement. But I particularly want to thank you for knocking the dust off the backside of your governor, Governor Arnie Schwarzenegger. Let me start off by saying today I'm going to talk about an economy that works for all. Now, this increased power of employers has allowed them to outsource work, deny wage increases, walk away from their obligations to provide health care and retirement security to their employees. And we know as a labor movement that we must become stronger and stronger if we're to balance the power of employers and allow workers to share in the prosperity that our work helps create. To become stronger, we know that we have to organize millions of new members into unions and bargain aggressively to defend and improve our members' living standards. We also know that we must elect worker-friendly politicians to restore the right to organize and then hold them accountable every single day thereafter so that they do what they were elected to do. Now, we understand that, but at the same time, although less well understood, we must engage in and win the war of ideas and directly challenge the corporate agenda or the neoliberal policies that exist in this country. The economic policies that inhibit union growth and that systematically weaken our bargaining power. CEOs today, on average, are paid 411 times what their employees are paid. They treat the companies that they lead not as ongoing productive enterprises, but just as financial assets that they trade to enrich themselves and to enrich their cronies. The short-term business strategies that they pursue and the related financial speculation in corporate assets, like hedge funds and private equity funds, plunder the wages and benefits of workers and shareholders and often hollow out and undermine the companies themselves. Today, in America, the dominance of finance over the real economy, what economists call financialization, extends beyond firms to the economy as a whole and even into our national politics. You see, Wall Street, the big investment banks, the mutual funds, but especially rapidly growing hedge funds and private equity funds is the real author of the corporate agenda. And Wall Street moves the corporate agenda by contributions that it makes to both Republicans and Democrats. The shift in power from workers to employers is a feature in different ways of each side of that policy box. Corporations are the productive institutions that society establishes to create the wealth that we need to meet our material needs. For corporations to serve their proper public purpose, they must have strong regulations, sound corporate governance, and an internal balance of power between workers and employers, which only unions can provide through collective bargaining. You know, Don, I listened to your presentation this morning and you talked about Berman, who thought about the circular jail. And he thought that if you left the inmates alone long enough, that they would begin to regulate their own conduct, they'd start to discipline themselves. Well, brothers and sisters, under this administration, that's sort of what we have with corporate America. He leaves them alone, and he actually believes, the buffoon that he is, that they may actually regulate themselves. See, the working family agenda is the basis for our economic policy work with elected leaders, with policymakers, and with the public at large. But the agenda also provides the core content for an expanded program to educate and mobilize our leaders, to educate and mobilize our activists, to educate and mobilize our members so that they can more confidently engage in discussions with candidates for political office at all levels. Our goal right now is to train 1,000 people to take this program all out to every one of our members at the work site so that whenever they leave that program, they have certain competencies and they know that this economy isn't a matter of accident and it's not inevitable. It's a series of rules, and those rules can be changed. And those rules can be changed to benefit workers just as easily as they were changed to benefit the elite. So our mission, if you will, our mission is to transform economic policy by winning the war of ideas and putting in place progressive federal and state policies that support working Americans. We need workers' voices in the highest levels of key policy-making government agencies at all levels, at the federal level, at the state level, and at the local level. And the next president of the United States thinks that it's going to be business as usual. He or she is in for a big damn surprise because we're going to the front of that parade this time around, and we are not going back to the caboose. You see, working together we can build a society that rewards hard work, a society that inspires young people to realize their potential, a society that values equity, equality, and economic justice. And we can and we will use our voices to change the policies of our country and build the strength of our union and restore the American dream. This is our challenge. It's the challenge of our generation, and I know, like everything else you've done, you won't back away from it. You'll lock arms with your brothers and sisters. God bless you. Have a great convention. Let's take back this country.